You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. We are out and about and we're at the Sheppey Crossing and we're going to be talking to Inspector Martin Stevens. Firstly, thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to us.
Thank you, no problem.
Now, I was hoping you can tell our listeners a little bit about the conclusion of the major Sheppey Crossing collision investigation.
Certainly can. It's taken 4 months. It's been a thorough investigation. It's been quite lengthy, mainly because of the amount of vehicles involved. But what we have been able to conclude is that we've identified 32 drivers who we feel have driven inappropriate speeds for the morning. We acknowledge the fact that it was very difficult driving conditions, very thick fog. However, these collisions were not caused by the fog. They were caused by drivers not being able to stop in a time and space ahead of them that they could see to be clear. And I think it's also important to mention the fact that there were a number of vehicles that were able to do that and were driving at appropriate speeds. So what we're saying is that these 32 people were driving too quickly, and in doing so, they've, caused the collision.
Now, I understand it's been quite a tough investigation for you.
It's been, all the investigations are fairly tough. We deal with the most serious of outcomes in our department, mostly fatalities. I'm pleased to say that this didn't involve a fatality. It's a miracle that it didn't, but nonetheless it was a very, very serious incident, a serious collision. But the investigation is complete now. We're happy with our findings, and we think that the course that these drivers have been offered offers the right balance between punitive measures and an opportunity for education.
So it is an educational outcome you're offering, because you feel that's more beneficial, I understand.
I think so. We never look to put people in court unless we have to. These courses are designed to keep people out of court whilst at the same time offering them the right level of education and learning, because this isn't, we've got to think ahead here and try and educate and try and change driver attitudes. We don't want more collisions. We were trying to reduce collisions, and just by sending people to court isn't always the answer. Of course, in the very, very most serious cases, these courses wouldn't be offered, but we are talking about, driving inconsiderately. People made mistakes. Luckily, they weren't fatal mistakes, but what we are saying is that this is a very good opportunity to offer these drivers an opportunity to stay out of court and to come away with actually some good learning.
So will that affect drivers' records?
No, not at all. Completion of the course is actually the end of the matter. If they choose not to, or they don't go on the course, then the only other alternative is actually court.
Well, thank you very much for updating our listeners and telling them all about the outcome of the report.
Thank you, no problem.